Hi, my name is Sam. Today I want to talk about getting started with stocks and cryptocurrency. This is like a quick start guide, super easy. So far I've invested about $1,600 and it's been pretty much split down the middle, 800 to stocks, 800 to crypto, and I'm definitely positive on stocks, a decent chunk, but I'm also low on crypto, so I'm probably basically about at zero in terms of gains and losses. And I've been doing this for about 4 or 5 months, so I'm obviously super new to this and inexperienced. This video is not about me like sharing stock recommendations or crypto recommendations or advice about like how to invest or anything, because I'm totally new to this too. This is just basically for a video for my past self who basically I wish I could send this back in time and go, hey, it's actually much easier than you think and you don't have to put that much money in and you can start learning about it now. And you can just add a little bit each month. Just put in like $20 that you got laying around and you'll be surprised how you can build up this nice little reserve of stocks and crypto and make some money and lose some money and learn, kind of finally learn like how all this works, because for a long time this was just like a black box for me. I just really had no idea what this all entailed. So yeah, this video is not a comprehensive. It's a video covering all this sort of stuff. It's not going to go into any sort of analyzing stocks or anything like that. It's just a super quick start guide to get you up and running with stocks, up and running with crypto, and then you can take it from there. And the other thing is you really don't need much. You can literally buy like $20 worth of stocks and then $20 worth of altcoins and just have fun trading them around. And there's plenty of stocks out there that are really cheap. And with crypto, which is super nice, is you can buy tiny little fractions of stuff. You don't have to, with stocks, you kind of stuck, at least with basic trading. I'm sure there's maybe other stuff out there, but with just basic buying and selling stocks, you have to buy like a whole stock, and obviously some of them are really expensive. But with crypto, you can buy just a tiny little piece of Bitcoin. So that's cool. All right, so the first thing we're going to take a look at is Robinhood. So Robinhood is a super awesome, like beautiful app. It's super simple. They don't take any fees when you buy and sell. It seems incredibly reputable. They have most of the stocks you're going to be looking for. There's stuff like, I think it's OTC stocks that aren't on there, and other markets, other like world markets and stuff. But for the most part, all the like American stocks that you're going to want to buy are going to be in there. And it should be plenty to like get you started. Okay, so Robinhood, you connect your bank account, sign up, let them verify you, all that sort of good stuff, and then you just put some money in and browse their stocks, and you can start buying. It's super easy. It's incredibly easy to use. Like I said, there's no fees, which is awesome. I think, though, if you go over a certain amount, they might start charging you. I don't have enough money in there. I haven't like hit that cap yet, but it might be like $2,000, and then there might be some monthly fees involved, or it may just be if you upgrade to their gold like plan or whatever it is. Next thing is to start looking for stocks. So one of the websites I've used is this one. This is like the best stock screener that I feel like I've found so far. It's called Finviz, I guess. There's a whole bunch of these out there, but this one to me just like was the easiest to use, even though there's like a million buttons and columns and things. But basically all I did was, depending on how much money I'd put in or how much I had left to purchase with, I just came over here to price. And I started looking for, in the beginning I was looking for really cheap stuff. I was looking for stuff that was like under 10, under even $5, like super cheap things where I had like put in $20 but still buy like a handful of shares. So I would start maybe there, and then I would also take a look at market cap, and I'd kind of work my way from top to bottom. So there's probably no megas that are under 10, right? But here's some very large market caps that are under $10. So you can kind of browse through here, see if there's anything you recognize, and there's Nokia. And yeah, so I would just go through here, see what you can find. Once you pick out a few, I would make like a list of, however many you want to check out. And then I start to use other systems. So then I come over to Google News, and I might look up like Twitter, for instance. And then So basically with news, I would check for just to kind of see like what's going on with Twitter. Um, these sort of things can potentially impact a stock, at least from what I've noticed. So if there seems like there's a bunch of banner year for Netflix and Twitter, sounds good. Winning streak sounds good. I think when I looked yesterday, there was some negative news. So yeah, obviously it flip flops back and forth. But I would kind of get a general feel for like, okay, Twitter sounds like it's on a good path by checking the news here. Here's another one. So this is a small, tiny stock. I think their stocks are only like 30 cents right now. One pattern I've noticed, and I don't know how true this is or anything, but whenever I've looked up companies like this where all of like the news articles are strictly about stock related information and they have all this, I haven't found those stocks to be very good. It's like no one cares about them except for day traders that are reading these like financial reports and stuff. And like as just a super basic user, I've found like the ones that show up kind of like this is like they're very volatile. They don't. It's kind of hard to describe, but like with Twitter, you see news about like it being used in the world and new features they've added and stuff. With like Biocept, it's literally just like financial report after financial report, and no one else is talking about it in any other capacity. And that just, so far in terms of pattern recognition, that just doesn't seem like. It seems like those stocks don't perform as well. Another spot to look is Google Finance. They used to have an old interface, which I personally thought was a little better. But this is I just like it because it's a quick way for me to come in and like check their chart and kind of see like how things are looking. Twitter looks like it's starting to move upwards, so maybe it's a good time to buy some. Again, I'm not like super, I don't know a whole lot about the technicals. That's a whole nother thing to learn about. Yeah, so Google Finance, like I said, it seemed I mostly just come here to like check this chart. I've actually found lately that maybe Yahoo Finance is a little more useful. They also have the charts. They have a little bit more information here. They have some news feeds that relate to Twitter, so you can see like just Twitter specific news feeds about like how they're doing. Another one is TradingView. This one's just like, this website is just so well done. I just really like how it works and how it looks. But yeah, just another resource. The cool thing with this website is, so they have like, I feel like it's just structured really well. It has these cool like gauges that kind of, again, you probably take that with a grain of salt, but they kind of try to give you some visual cue about whether or not a stock is good to buy or sell. I haven't traded based on this information. I'm not sure how well it works. It'd be kind of a fun experiment to try though. Cool thing here is these little panels. These are educational panels. You can access them under ideas. So then they have trading ideas, educational ideas, and you can browse out these interesting charts, and these people try to go into detail about technical analysis and stuff. So that's fun if you're interested in like doing a little bit of a deep dive and reading about all these weird things that people come up with. Another one is TWITS. TWITS is kind of, it's pretty cool. The only thing I do here really is take a look at this feed. So one note with this feed is that these are all, for the most part, seem to be day traders, and day traders are like sketchy or complete assholes. Basically, they're always like making fun of each other and shit like that. But they like, I think they're either trying to like kind of convince themselves that they made a good buy, or they're trying to convince other people to buy. So they'll say lots of they'll just say lots of like silly things like this is the greatest stock, like, oh man, this thing's gonna pop, oh this thing is, there's the ceiling on this is like $10 and it's only $1 stock. They're just, you got to be really careful about like what you read here, because they're like trying to convince you to purchase this stock. So just keep an eye on that. I think the most useful thing, the reason I come here is just because people kind of consolidate a bunch of resources. So for instance, I have some Polymet stock, which is a mining company, and I've been coming here. So I'll go to Google News and check out Polymet, and I'll read through some of the latest articles and just kind of see like how, because there's a whole like environmental battle going on with this, and it's been in the works for like a decade or something. But people will put some extra news in here, or some little like insights, or like a financial report or something like that. So there is value in this feed. Just be careful what you read and how much you read into it. Seeking Alpha, another good one. One of the cool things with Seeking Alpha that I found was under, I think it's analysis. They have all sorts of cool, again, like a deep dive, interesting things to read. One of the cool ones that I found, again, not sure how accurate this is, but this guy just like every week releases like whether or not there are recession signals, which I thought was kind of cool and interesting. So maybe if you wanted to be overly cautious and he said there's a recession signaled by so-and-so, maybe that'd be a good time to just sell out for and see if the next week there's not a recession signaled or something. And the last one for stocks is the IPO calendar. So far, the best success I've had has been watching the IPOs for companies that I personally actually knew. For instance, the two most recent that have done the best for me has been DocuSign and Smartsheet, two applications, online like web applications that I've personally used. I knew the products were awesome, so I purchased stocks in those two, and they have been just shooting up like crazy. So I'm super pumped to like set some money aside and keep an eye on these upcoming IPOs, do some research. These are the things that I'm researching probably the most, is like, are any of these upcoming IPOs really good companies? Because if they are, I'm planning on buying a lot more than I would normally when I'm just randomly buying stocks, for instance. So yeah, you can go through here. This is a great place to check stock information. Okay, so that was a lot. I'll put all of the links in the description so you can run through them and check them out. There's obviously a million other websites, but these are just the ones I'm using right now that I've had fun with. Okay, let's take a look at cryptocurrency now. Crypto. So first off, actually, you can buy crypto in Robinhood. However, they only offer buy and sell. So you're literally like, I'm not sure how they have it working exactly, if there's just like one massive wallet or something, but you don't have a wallet address in Robinhood. So if you buy Bitcoin, it stays in Robinhood, at least for now. I think they want to expand on that, but they haven't, and who knows when that'll happen. So if you're just looking to buy some Bitcoin or Ethereum, you can buy it through Robinhood, keep everything in one spot, and just ride the waves up and down with crypto. But if you want the full cryptocurrency experience, you need an actual wallet. So Coinbase is probably the next best bet. Well, Coinbase is really well built. Again, I mean, it feels a lot like Robinhood. It's just the user experience, the design, everything is great. Everything's simple, easy to understand. So you can, once you get the wallet, then you're able to trade the coins that you purchased to other exchanges, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So with Coinbase, you're going to do kind of the same deal. You're going to connect your bank account. You're going to verify yourself with their system. It takes a little bit, but once you're verified, you can start to put money from your bank account into Coinbase, and then you can buy cryptocurrency. The things to know are that the ACH transfers, directly from your bank account to Coinbase, take like a week or two. It takes ages and ages. So I recommend using your debit card, but depending on the bank that you're using, some of the coins may be blocked. I'm not going to say what bank I use, but for instance, my bank blocks Bitcoin, Litecoin via my debit card. But I believe Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash I can purchase. So I'm not sure what their logic is there. It seems actually kind of, I don't know if illegal is the right word, but it seems really shitty on their part to be blocking what I consider to be a perfectly fine transaction. So that's unfortunate, but debit cards are not quite, I don't know if they're instant, but they're very, very, very fast. I mean, you should be able to load in some funds from your debit card and buy coins pretty quickly, like I'm trying to remember the last debit card load in. I feel like it was within a minute or so, rather than say 2 weeks the first time I used my bank account. Cool. So once you get your money in your USD wallet, that's when you can start to purchase cryptocurrency. Now, the thing to know with the purchases, don't freak out. When you make a purchase, for instance, from USD to Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash or whatever, some of them show up right away. Some of them are processed faster than the other, depending on the networks they're on. And sometimes they don't show up at all for a little bit. For instance, when I bought Bitcoin Cash recently, I think it was that one, I made the purchase, it confirmed it, but then Coinbase didn't show anything. It didn't show that there was a pending transaction or anything like that for about 30 minutes, and then it finally popped up, and then it did all the confirmations, and then the coins were in my account. So just be patient. If it says it confirmed, and I think it always sends an email, so you can check your email to make sure it went through. Just be patient. Give it 30 minutes, 60 minutes. Sometimes it does take a while to fully process and get into your account, but it will be there. Once you get into the crypto world, I would take a look at CoinMarketCap. That's probably one of the best places to start. You can start to familiarize yourself with all the many cryptocurrencies out there. Obviously, the ones towards the top are the bigger players. Those are probably some of your safer buys. I'm sure. I don't want to say too much because who knows where this is all going. But I would think that these top 10, these are pretty safe buys. If you want to purchase some of them, it's probably a lot safer than if you work towards the bottom and you're buying some of these really tiny altcoins. But that's for you to research and figure out. So then there's a few other sites, Bitcoin Forum, the Bitcoin Pub. I think there's like Trollbox Archive. There's all sorts of different places that you can start to read and educate yourself about all the different altcoins. When you're ready to purchase altcoins, so I'm going to show you Binance. Binance is one of the bigger ones. There's all sorts of different exchanges out there, but I do like Binance just because they seem to have many coins to choose from, which is great. I've pretty well diversified. I think I might have 20 different altcoins right now. And Binance has been a great place to do some of those transactions. What you'll want to do is purchase Bitcoin or Ethereum. You might be able to do Bitcoin Cash as well, but I think Bitcoin and Ethereum are probably your safest bets. And you can put that in Coinbase, let it all transfer, and then you'll do a wallet-to-wallet transaction. You'll have to set up an account on Binance, and when you click, once you logged in, you can click Funds in the top right, find the appropriate wallet, copy the code over to Coinbase, send over your coins. There are transaction fees, so they're tiny, but you'll end up losing a little bit of your Bitcoin on the transfer over, and then from there you can use their super confusing exchange. So you can see their exchange here is I don't think the interface is that great. I've been confused multiple times trying to use it, but it does work well once you do figure it out. You can basically, you're going to be looking up here. So say you transferred over some Bitcoin and you want to buy some Cardano, you would just click it, and now you can buy ADA here. You would punch in your the amount that you want to buy based on how much you transferred over, and then you can just, once you're logged in here, you can click the buy button, and boom, it sends out an order. And again, you just need to be patient, but those coins will end up in your wallet on Binance. And I would suggest doing research. The thing with, it's just like stocks, I guess. You find 10 companies you're interested in and start trying to figure out how well they're doing. Same with coins. They're all different. They all are offering different solutions to different problems. They're on different networks. They have different pros and cons. So take a look. Start to just kind of work your way down the list to figure out which ones are most reputable, which ones have, like a bright future based on the things that you're reading. Who knows? It's so early in the game that, for all we know, a lot of these could disappear in 5 years. But yeah, I think that's everything. That will get you started with stocks, buying and selling cryptocurrency, buying and selling altcoins, and a little bit of knowledge about how to look for some of those things. So like I said, I'm going to put all the links in the description. I'll put as many as that like the ones that I'm using, I'll put in, so you can check those out. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing, liking the video, or whatever. So yeah.